Hi guys, welcome to another edition of Football Family Feuds. My match review is coming in late today. As I explained yesterday, I was at function today, so I've only got round to watching the game. I was kind of following it on my mobile phone, so I was watching the game, but I couldn't really concentrate, so I got back home and re-watched it so that I can give my thoughts and opinions on the game. It's quite good watching it without sound actually, because on my mobile phone without sound, so you haven't got the biasness of the commentary, and so you can kind of look at things and evaluate things without the noise of the commentary influencing your thoughts. So, and what was alarming, as I said, it's not alarming because it's a worrying trend. What's been happening is that we are easy to defend against. Arsenal, the home team, fair play to Arteta in his first home game. Most people would expect you to go out on the offensive because you're the home team. The initiative is on you to kind of play the game in the right way for your supporters, but Arteta said no, it's more important to get the point, so he had Arsenal organised. I've never seen Arsenal disorganised actually. This organised, not disorganised, by the way. I've never seen them this organised before. They were really solid and everyone was working hard. When I saw Ozil tracking back, really, Aubameyang, who scored their opening goal, it wasn't only good offensively, but he did lots of tracking back and he won a lot of tackles. So, as I said, 2 banks of 4 at the back. They closed the lines so we couldn't break between the pass between the lines, and we had difficulty in coping with them. And the other thing that a lot of teams are doing against us now is they're closing the middle off and then saying, look, give it to the wing backs. Our wing backs are our biggest problem because on the right side, we started with Azpilicueta. On the left side, we had Emerson. And the fact that opposing managers are just saying, let their wing backs have the ball unopposed is a worry, because they cannot cross the ball. How many times did Azpilicueta try and get the ball across, or he didn't even make those overlapping runs? So it was very easy for Arsenal. As soon as they scored that goal, I was worried. I was worried for 2 reasons. First reason is 58 games that Arsenal have played, spanning over 9 years, when they've gone ahead and led at half time, they haven't lost a single game. I think 53 wins and 5 draws in that. And the other alarming stat against us is that in the 6 games that we've gone behind this season, we haven't gained a single point. We haven't even got a draw. So once they went 1-0 up, I got to admit, I was worried. I thought Frank got his tactics wrong with his side. We went. Then again, do I think? No, I'm lying. Sorry, I put my hand up and I apologise, because even yesterday when I did my preview, I said I think that we'll play 3. We should go 3 at the back. So yeah. So I kind of said 3 at the back was probably because. But at the time, I actually thought the reason I said 3 at the back is because I thought that Arteta was going to be on the offensive. Arsenal usually try and play on the front foot. But as I said, Arteta was smart enough to study our games, our defeats, and see how teams have defeated us. So we adopted a similar style. But credit to Frank, I've got to give him credit, because obviously he didn't wait until half time to make a change. He made a change on the half hour when he saw it wasn't working. He sacrificed Emerson and he brought on Jorginho. And when Jorginho came on, that's when we started to gain control of the midfield, because our passing was awful. We were well off the pace. It was chalk and cheese from what we did to their North London neighbours the week before, when we kind of played them off the park. This time, misplaced passes all over the park. And Arsenal were the hungrier team. They were the first for every chat, 50-50, and it was looking like another bad day in the office. But as I said, as soon as Georgina came on, we started to gain a bit of control without really threatening a lot in this first half. But then in the second half, we were huffing and puffing again. Looking at it, Arsenal were giving us the wings. They were giving us Aspilicueta now on the left side, and Tomori was struggling because Tomori is not really a fullback. So they knew they can give it to our fullbacks, and without, they knew that if they gave it to our fullbacks, there was going to be no quality deliveries coming in from the sides. So it was still easy for Arsenal. But as I said, I commend their discipline because they stuck at it and they were making it really, really difficult for us to play. A couple of times I was really frustrated because we had opportunities. I think Kovacic had the ball once where he could have shot from range, but we're trying to score that perfect goal, and it was beginning to look like back in the day, if you cast your mind back when Jose Mourinho was our manager and Arsene Wenger was in charge of Arsenal, it was looking like Chelsea were the Arsenal of old, just trying to walk the ball into the net, and Arsenal were the Chelsea of old, just sitting back, being difficult to break down. And I thought, you know what, it's going to be one of those games where huff and puff and puff and puff, and then Arsenal go down the other end and score another goal. But again, I've got to give credit to Frank once again, because what he did, he changed the game again by bringing on Lamptey. Lamptey, now, he's a young player who has never started a game for Chelsea. I was surprised when I saw his name on the substitutes bench today because he sort of came from nowhere. But this guy, there's a guy, Carefree Youth, we watch a lot of youth team, and he said if he gets on, watch out for him because he's quick and he likes to draw fouls as well. So I was quite excited to see him when he came on, and he was the one for me. Okay, if Jorginho in the first half came and gave us a bit of control, this guy changed the game. What you saw from him is running off the ball. He ran infield a couple of times, which created space for Willian to operate in. He ran at their defence, and we should have scored a goal because he showed a great turn of speed. But not only that, his brilliant weight of pass straight to Tammy Abraham. Tammy Abraham delayed his shot and allowed David Luiz to come in and block him. So he showed more in that 2 or 3 minutes than either of our other fullbacks showed for the entire 90 minutes. And that goes to show that if you have fullbacks with the right sort of quality, then our team becomes a lot better. Like I said, this guy's a kid, and he showed what you can do when you have a decent fullback in your team. So we need to invest in that in the fullback areas, because if we don't get decent fullbacks, then we'll struggle. It's a pity he's not a left back really, because obviously Reece James, I've got a lot of faith in Reece James. Unfortunately, he's injured, and they both play in the right back position. Had we had a left back similar, then I could say, yeah, our future's bright. But yeah, a left back, and I think, Aspie, I love Aspie. I've always loved Aspie. I don't want to make him into a scapegoat too much all the time, but for a modern day fullback, he's not it. I'm sorry, he's not got the attributes of a modern day fullback. So there's certain games that he should play in. As I said it in the previous videos, when we're playing like the likes of Liverpool or Manchester City, teams who are going to come at us, he is still, as a one-on-one defender, he's still quality. And if he's got that space to run into without, when they are as a counter-attacking defender, yeah, fine. But when teams are dropping back and we're looking for creativity from the wing-backs, then I'm sorry, Aspie, your days are numbered. So, as I said, Lamptey's come on, he's given us a different dimension, and all of a sudden we look more threatening. And then the final substitution, Hudson-Odoi for Kovacic. Hudson-Odoi came on, he looked bright. You know, a lot of people will say that he gave away the ball that nearly led to Arsenal taking the lead again. But as I said, he's still finding his feet. But what I did like about him, he was hugging that left touchline, and he was always trying to beat his man. And his passing is effortless. They did one crossfield ball straight to Willian, and it was or Lamptey, I can't remember who it was. But yeah, give this guy a bit of time. He's going to come back to his old form again. But so he's come on, and even though he's come on, we're still huffing and puffing. But it took a mistake from Lino, so I just want to say thank you, Lino, for that mistake. Misjudged the flight of the ball completely, and Jorginho got a deserved goal. Many people said that he should have been sent off for a second foul. Yeah, he was fortunate. He pulled the guy back, and if he got a red for that, a second yellow, I wouldn't have been complaining. But Arsenal, you can't complain about anything, because David Luiz was lucky. He's come in dangerous. The follow through on Kante, you know, as the commentator said, similar to Son last week, so he could quite easily have got a red in the first half. And that's why I said when I was watching it on my phone, you don't get that biased commentary, because when I watched it back, Martin Tyler, come on, he's going on about should he been on the pitch in the first place to score the winner. But yet Lacazette gets booked for dissent, and then he fouled. Who did he foul to lead to the free kick? I think it was Willian. Fouled Willian, and what did he say? Oh, that's just a routine foul. Yeah, the guy is running down the wing. He's brought him down. So what's the difference? So is that a routine? His one's a routine foul, and yet Jorginho deserves to be sent off. And he's talking about consistency. Come on, stop that biased commentary. Jorginho's one wasn't. It was done in the middle of the park. That's why I think the referee probably gave him the benefit of the doubt. And it wasn't really breaking up a counter attack as such, because we still had quite a few players behind the ball. So as I said, I can see why he showed a bit of leniency for that. I didn't celebrate the goal at first, because I don't get excited about goals now, because especially when it's borderline offside, because I've seen so many decisions of late, Liverpool for instance, where goals are disallowed. So I waited for that VAR check, and once that VAR check was done, goal was confirmed, that's when I was relieved. And I thought, because Arsenal are defended so long, deflated, let's go for the juggle and try and get that second goal. And fair enough, we as I said, Hudson-Odoi lucky, because he gave the ball away. Lacazette should have shot. I'm not sure why he didn't shoot. Instead, he passed it to Pepe. And from then, I think a cross came in, and it was headed away. And then we had a breakaway. Willian and Abraham, brilliant on that breakaway. Willian, first time ball to Abraham. Abraham, I thought it was good today. He worked hard. He showed a lot of desire. Although some things weren't coming off, he still didn't give up. So fair play to Abraham, who deserved that goal. And the way he showed intelligence when he ran with the ball, I was screaming at my phone at the time. I said, pass. And at that time, passed it back to Willian. Willian, with one of his little turn of paces, cut back, and he actually got it to Abraham. And Abraham, good centre forward play in the way he controlled it, took it away from the defender and hit it through the goalkeeper's legs. And undeserved, but that first time we've shown desire and the fact that we have got guts. And as I said, first time in 6 matches where we've come back from being a goal down to win the game. And the way we did it in the last 7 or 8 minutes, there's no sweeter victory than that. So hopefully this will give the guys a bit more belief in themselves now that they can come back when they're losing a game. And this was a big win for us, because had we lost today, confidence would have been rock bottom. So, but as I said before the game, I said I think we'll win this one. So it's not what we do in this game, it's what we do in the next game. We've got Brighton now. Brighton are going quite well this season. The difficult side to play against. So we can't just do what we did against Tottenham by winning this game and just spoiling the good work by losing against Brighton. We had good results going our way this weekend. Wolverhampton Wanderers lost, Sheffield United lost, Tottenham drew. The only team who picked up points, one of our rivals, is Manchester United. Manchester United's next set of games are quite difficult as well. So if we go into the last game before the FA Cup with a win against Brighton and keep that little buffer, then that will take us nicely on to the new year. Some positive news I'm hearing about Sancho as well. At Chelsea are bidding big for Sancho, and a deal may be actually pulled off for January. That will be massive if it does come off. I'll keep you posted if I hear anything more on that. But yeah, so Sancho would be a good addition. But if we can get a decent fullback, a left back maybe, then yeah, and hopefully Reece James comes back. And you know what? The way Lamptey played today, I'll even be brave enough to start him ahead of Aspilicueta against teams who are going to be playing that low block, because we need somebody with that sort of pace and inventiveness that he showed today. So a few bright spots today. As I said, Abraham, I was impressed with him. I was impressed with Jorginho when he came on, Lamptey when he came on. And apart from that, I thought there wasn't a great deal from the rest of the players. Fortunate to get away with a win. Again, thank you, Lino, for giving us that boost. And let's see how we get on for the rest of the season. So, ending the year on a high, let's start the 2020 on a high as well. And let's keep that blue flag flying high.